For those of you who don't know, my name is Michael Forrest, and welcome to It's Shark Time. Now, before we get going, if I can ask you guys not to send me any text messages while I'm up here, because listen, when you're up here and you get a text message, it's like hitting a wall, except it's a wall of text, and it can really throw you off, right? So, so I'd appreciate if you can hold off any texts, like questions or comments like that, until the end of the event. And listen, if you need to get a hold of us, we're always available to answer questions, and take your messages and stuff. If you join our Discord, you'll find the address on the beam right below me right here. All right, so now let me just sneak around this tree here. Here we go. All right. Oh, awesome. All right. Now, also, if I can ask you guys to stay off the stage section, unless you've been invited to do so, stay in the audience area, because there's a lot of large and dangerous sea creatures moving through our set today, and we don't want to see anyone get hurt, right? And especially we got them super highly trained, dangerous moderators. Now, we don't want to, upset them, because they prefer it if you guys stay in the audience. And so over 500 events in Altspace, and in that time, the question I get asked the most is, why are we here? And it's a reasonable question because, you don't read the event description. Next thing you know, you find yourself in an airlock at the bottom of the ocean, surrounded by all these giant sea creatures, right? What are you going to do? You're only going to ask, why are we here, right? So I like to turn the tables on the audience because we get asked that question every day, and the answer is right here, just below my podium, up on the stage right here. So everybody, why are we here?
To
feed.
All right. Okay. Well, that was an answer, but I'm going to need better than that. Why are we here, people?
To feed.
All right. Yeah. To feed a shark. The answer's right there. When I ask you guys, why are we here? That's what I want to hear. To feed a shark. Because that's what we're doing. All right. Now, let's see here. Now, let's see. So that's why we're here. Okay. So, listen, I've lost that part there. Okay. Listen, I host about 10 events a week in Altspace, and it's a lot, right? And in that time, actually, before we get into that, you're going to notice you have a menu wheel on your left-hand side there, in your lower left, and there's a microphone icon at the very top of that. Now, when that microphone icon is clear, that means we can hear everything that's happening in your environment. And I do mean everything, right? So normally at this point, we go ahead and we mute everybody, but I'm told audiences don't like that. And to be honest, I don't like it much either. I like to hear you guys laughing. I like to hear you guys yelling out, right? But listen, so what we're going to do is we're going to leave those microphones open, all right? So if you want to laugh, I want to hear you. All right. But if we have somebody maybe standing over here, I don't want to single one out, but say somebody's over here and they're having a conversation that's maybe better suited for the campfire. Well, then if that's the case, then our moderators will go ahead and they'll mute everybody. So if during the event you find that your microphone turns to red, that's what's going on there, to find something that was distracting me or something. And if that should happen, don't feel like you can't express yourself, right? Just because we're not able to hear you, because it's not a bad thing. If somebody comes in your space and says, hey, why are you laughing so much? Or, hey, why are you screaming in terror? You'll be able to answer them without us hearing, right? Also, but if you are muted, you don't feel like you can't express yourself, you're going to find you have that pink cheek smiley face in your menu wheel there, and when you click on it, your emoji panel will open up in the air in front of you, giving you a wide variety of options which to express yourself. I see a lot of you doing it. You guys got a handle on this, right? And so I'll leave it to you to choose which one is the most appropriate, but if I could, I'd like to reserve this one, because this is by far the most distracting of all the emojis, right? A giant hand coming out of your head, I think we can agree that's pretty distracting. So we're going to use it as kind of a signal, like if something goes wrong, all right, because listen, the hardest thing about doing this event, right, is trying to keep some of the stuff we're working on quiet, right, because we're working on some amazing things. Those of you, how many of you have been to Shark Time before? Put your hand up if you've been to Shark Time before. Let me see. All right, now listen, this is actually only half the experience. All right, we got something really huge coming that we think is never been done in Altspace before. We're really looking forward to announcing it, and so check back often for that. But in the meantime, while we work on this stuff, that means some errors might happen. And in the moment, we do our best to put on a good show for you. So we keep going through that. But I'd like to take a moment now, before any of that occurs, to just thank you for all of your patience in case something like that does happen. All right, and then we're just going to keep on going through it. All right, to put on the best show we can. But that being said. If we're going to reserve that, so that hand signal thing, we're going to use that in case something goes wrong like that. So if my voice goes choppy, I'm going to want to know that. If the roof starts leaking, I'm going to want to know that. If Sharky starts making fun of me while my back is turned, I'm going to want to know that too, because he does that occasionally. All right, now, I host about 10 events a week in Altspace, and it's a lot. And the reason I do it is because I've been trying to get a lot of people to come through my experience to help me feed a shark. Nobody's been helping me out. Right? It's been a real problem, trying to take care of my friends. You guys want to meet my friends? I'm going to bring them out. Anybody want to meet my friends?
Yeah.
Let me hear it. You guys aren't muted. Yell it out. Come on. When you want to meet my friends? Yeah? All right, cool. All right, so what we're going to do now is going to bring my friends up. We got Melvin, we got Buster, and we got Fang. Come on up, guys. All right, now these are my friends, and they were looking good, man. Now they're looking like they're in good shape there. But for a while, they were looking pretty bad. They were looking skinny. They were looking all worn out. And the reason is, we gotta feed them. They eat a lot, and I couldn't do it. I had like hundreds of people come through my events, and nobody would help me. And then I was talking to an admin one day. I had a conversation that changed my life. They told me that Altspace users would do absolutely anything for a world building kit. And I heard that, and I'm like, anything? So we got right to work. So we started building all these kits to give away as prizes. We got a year's worth. And today we're going to be giving away this holiday tree. It's a chemist tree. That's what we call it. And, it's a beaker with a stopper on it, right? And we're going to be giving this one away out through the year, through the new year. And we also have this Ravenhall Events coffee mug. Right now, we're going to be changing this prize out in January. So if you haven't won one of these yet, you have a small amount of time left to win one. All right. And you could use this in any way you like. You could use this in your home spaces, your event spaces. You could use this in your world building. You don't even have to use it as a mug. Right. Maybe you could use it as a hat, or maybe you could have an event and go like inside the mug, with Michael Forrest, or it's coffee time with Michael Forrest. I'd probably have to go to those because they got my name on it. But you get the idea. And I'm hoping you're going to want these things bad enough to be a contestant on today's show. And if you'd like to be a contestant on today's show, all you have to do is just point your pointer at Sharky's nose. And when you do, your target's going to spin, right? So all you have to do then is just squeeze your trigger right there and a text. What was that? What was that? What'd you say?
I said the Earth is flat, by the way.
The Earth is flat. Okay, well, maybe that might be a conversation best suited for not here. Okay, so, all right, right now we're concerned about what's going on at the bottom of the ocean. But if you want to be a contestant on today's show, all you have to do is press on Sharky's nose there, squeeze your trigger, and you're going to get a text prompt that appears in the air in front of you. When it does, you're going to see, you can enter your username. It has to be your Altspace username and not your display name, or else we won't be able to get that prize to you. And if you are one of our winners today, in a few days, Sharky himself will send you a friend request. And when he does, when you accept it, you'll receive not one prize, but two prizes. Okay? All right, so now let's see here. What we're going to do, the way we're going to do this here is you're going to see a raise hand button appear as if by magic on your lower right. That's what magic looks like in VR. Now, when you see that hand raise button there on your lower right, just press that and it'll turn blue. Now, when it turns blue, that's all you got to do. Right? If you press it again, it's just going to, disappear off the list. So you want to make sure that stays blue. And please only come up if you can keep your microphone open, because we are going to we're going to need to be able to talk to you. And listen, while we wait for this to fill up, what was that, Nathan?
So, if you hear Beat Saber in the background, that's my brother.
If I hear Beat Saber in the background, how about you do this? Aim at your microphone button and press on it, and it'll turn red. And then no one will hear it then. Just mute us like that. That'd be cool. Thanks, Nathan. All right, cool. Yeah, Beat Saber's a good game, everybody. All right, so let's see here. So we got our list filling up here. And listen, if anybody's giving you a problem in the campfire, you're not getting along with somebody in Altspace, why don't you send them a come visit, and we'll take care of that for you. All right, my friends will eat. No one will be giving you a hard time. Everybody wins, right? Okay, so it looks like, wow, we got 8 people listed already. All right, let's see who we got here. Let's see. We've got Edmund. So I'm going to give you a try. We've also got, let's see. We have, let's see, somebody who is on the list and now is now gone. We got Ray Reason. And we got Bubble Slub. Somebody's happy about that. Good. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to extend these bridges, and only the people I called come up. And listen, if you need to recenter, do it now, because if you try that on stage, you know what's going to happen? You're going to end up in the audience like this. How's it going, everybody? Courtney, you having a good time? You having a good time, man? All right, cool. All right. Now the people I called, come on up here, right? Let's get on up here. All right. Now let's take a moment to get to know you. Let's see. We got all 3 up here yet? Let's see. We got 2. 3? Okay, cool. All right, we're going to prove out these bridges here so nobody thinks about escaping, because that's bad. All right, let's see. We got Bubble Sloop. How do you say your name, first of all?
Bubbles Love?
Can I call you Bubble? It's easier.
Yes.
All right, cool. I'm not good with the names. All right, now, Bubble, how long have you been around Altspace for?
I just got on today.
You just got on? Oh, man, that is so sad. You didn't get around the chance to explore Altspace, didn't get to do anything? That's tragic. How about you, Edmund? How long have you been around Altspace for?
Like 10 months.
Oh, wow, you got one of those green tags on. You know what that means, everybody. If you don't, you'll find out in just a moment. All right, cool. Well, let me ask you, is this your first time at the show? You ever been here before?
No, I've been to your quest. It's quest time. Never done this before. This is really
Oh, cool. All right, well, welcome to Shark Time. How about you, Ray Reason? How long have you been around Altspace for?
For about 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Oh, so you pretty much, you're relatively fresh. That's good. My friends like that. That's awesome. All right, everybody, come up these ramps here. And when we get up to the top, you're going to see these yellow X's. Right? Now, if you take your position on one of these yellow X's, now once you're here, make yourself at home. While you're on the yellow X, you can recenter yourself. All you need to do is just press that consent button that's right in front of you. It's a minor formality for our insurance company. So just go ahead and do that, and you get all checked into our system. All right? Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, Ray! Okay.
What happened?
All right. Now, if you'll recall, everyone, I asked you twice to please check in with Sharky. Did I not?
I did.
I asked you to please check in with Sharky. This is why. Wow, that was just. Oh, wow. I'm sorry. How was it, Fang? Fang, you okay, buddy? All right, cool. All right, so listen, we are going to be possibly needing another contestant unless Ray wants to try again. All right,
yeah,
well, I got a lot of hands raised. All right, let's see if we got somebody else on the list here. We've got, let's see, who do we pick now? We've got, let's see, we got someone named Dylan.
Aw, man.
Dylan, you want to come on up here? All right, Dylan, come on up. We're going to extend these bridges out. Hey, Dylan, how are you doing today? All
Good,
right.
how are you?
All right, good. Now remember, don't recenter. If you need to recenter, do it now before you come up, because if you don't, you end up in the audience like this, and it's awkward for everybody. All right, so come on up here. All right, let's get up here, and then once we get over here, we're going to pull back these bridges here. How long have you been around Altspace for, Dylan?
I think like 4 months.
4 months. So you've been around for a while. You've pretty much done everything. You've had enough, right?
Yeah.
You're done with all this. All right, cool. Come on up. All right, so what we're going to do now,
experience
all right,
whatsoever.
is I'd like you to stand on this yellow X here. Once you're up here, you can make yourself at home. You can recenter and all that stuff. And I just need you to press that consent button up here. Looks like you're not centered. I saw you hit that beam. When you get on that yellow X, recenter yourself. Just press down on that left thumbstick. You'll be good. All right, excellent. Looks like the button got pressed. All right, looks like everybody's checked in. That's awesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to start our first round, and we're going to raise up these glass enclosures so you can all feel safe, secure, and comfortable. And listen, just a friendly reminder, any attempts to yeah, it feels good, right? You guys feel secure? You feel good?
Yeah.
Everyone feels good. All right. Oh, here's the thing. If you guys try to escape at all, because we've had a real problem with runners lately, all right, you're going to be immediately disqualified from like our events, okay? Because what happens is people say that's excessive, but I don't think so, because you know what's excessive is when people deprive my friends of a good meal. That's animal cruelty, is what that is. All right, so we're not going to stand for any of that today. So you guys stay put. All right. Now the way this is going to work is we're going to ask you guys a question, and there's no right answers here. Only the answers that convince our audience that you deserve to live more than the person next to you. That's it. It's pretty easy. All right. All right. So we're going to go into our first round here, and this means that our audience has control over your fate. All right. So what happens is, let's say that we ask Bubble a question. Right? And Bubble answers really good. Bubble has a great answer. Now, if you see Bubble's nameplate here just below him, you can press the nameplate and the number will go up. All right? Now, let's say that Edmund has an even better answer. And you're like, oh, why did I vote for Bubble? All right. And that you can, but the thing is, you can change your vote at any time just by clicking on the nameplate of your favorite volunteer contestant. And that's how it works until we lock in the voting. All right? So we're going to start out, and we're going to start out with Bubble. Bubble, are you ready for the question?
Yes, I am.
All right. Do you see that structure out in the distance over there?
Yes.
You do. All right. Well, that's the Ravenhall Sea-Lab. And over there, they do really important scientific research. And our lead researcher, Dr. Starling, he's made an incredible breakthrough. He managed to open a wormhole, and he assures me that this is going to result in a time machine. There's only one problem. It's really small. It's really small, but it's small enough for him to get a message to his younger self. And this got me thinking. All right. Assuming this works, and you could contact your younger self, what would you say?
I guess I would say be confident in yourself, because I had a problem with that for a lot of my life.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a good answer. I like that. So be confident. All right, Edmund, if you could get a message to your younger self, what would that message be?
I would say, watch out for 2020. The world's going to end.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Oh, that's scary. New Year's is coming up fast. We don't have much time, people. We better hurry. All right, let's see. Dylan, how about you? What message would you give your younger self?
I would say, are you still playing with the Fisher-Price toys?
Okay, there you go. All right, well, dating yourself a little bit there, Dylan. All right, so here what we're going to do now is we are going to lock in our votes, but I want to give you all a moment to think about it, so I'm going to play my favorite song.
What is it?
You may have heard this in my other events. There you go. All right, so here we go. We're going to take a moment to lock in your votes, all right? This is serious business, people, all right? Because we're going to lock the votes, and we're going to lock them in 3, in 2, in 1. The voting is now closed, everybody, and let's see how we did. All right. Oh, wow. Okay, well, we don't have a clear winner here, so this is going to advance us into our second round, everybody. All right, so we're going to move into round 2. All right, so you guys are okay for now. All right, but let's start on the other end. Let's start with Dylan. All right, now, Dylan, sharks and dolphins are natural enemy, but Sharky's agent just so happens to be a dolphin. All right, and he gets a lot of grief for this. The other sharks, they really don't like him working with her, even though he says she's the best, right? Now, how should he handle this situation, do you think? All right, let me reset the votes. Let me make sure you guys are, you get a fresh start here. Here we go. All right. How should Sharky handle this?
Get a new get a new one that's a shark, not a dolphin.
Oh, so just trade her in, even though she's the best. Just go with the shark agent. All right, I see how it is. Well, that's an answer. How about you, Edmund? All right, how should Sharky deal with this? Nobody wants, Sharky working with a dolphin, and but he really thinks she's great. So, what should he do?
What does she do to be a dolphin, or can
Well, no, he's working with the dolphin. The dolphin is his agent, and sharks and dolphins don't get along too well. So all of his friends, even Melvin, Buster, and Fang, give him a hard time about it. All right, and we're just wondering how should he deal with that?
I think you should just wear a costume or something, just to pretend to be a dolphin.
Okay, I see you got 2 votes already. You got friends in the audience.
I do have some friends in the audience, yeah.
Well, there you go. All right. Well, that's good to, it's good to have friends in the audience. That helps. All right. Now, Bubble, you looks like you got 2 already, so you're doing okay, Bubble. How about you? How should Sharky handle this, you think?
Okay, so Sharky wants to work with the dolphin, right?
He does. He's the best.
Okay.
She got him this gig. She got him the Shark Time gig. She's incredible.
Okay.
Got a good deal.
Okay, so what I think they should do is try to find out each other's interests, bond on things, get together, kind of get to know each other, to try to work on that relationship, because the best relationships won't work unless you have teamwork.
Okay, well, there you go, everybody. All right, so we're going to take a moment to lock in our votes here, right? But I want you all to think about which contestant is your favorite contestant, all right? So we're going to take a moment here because we're going to lock these votes in. We're going to do a little countdown here. We're going to lock these votes in 3, in 2, in 1. The voting is now closed. Let's see here. Oh, wow, what's this?
Again.
Bubble, you pulled in 11 votes. All right, and the other 2 down here managed to tie all over again. Wow. All right, this happened last week too. All right, it's 2 weeks in a row this has happened. This is very strange. Okay, so you know what? We're going to actually move into our 3rd round. And as we do, listen, when you came in today, you may have noticed that we have in the lobby, we have a Patreon sign, and over here we have a Buy Us a Coffee link. The reason we have this is we're trying to raise funds to put on more interactive experiences for you guys. But not only that, while we do joke around about feeding a shark in here, in the real world, we're trying to save a shark. All right, there's a portion, and anything we collect is going to the Bimini Shark Lab, where they do really important work about raising awareness about some of the horrific practices of shark finning and trying to raise awareness about some of the environmental challenges that are facing sharks in our oceans today. All right, so we want to thank you for helping out with that and all your support. And listen, even just subscribing to our YouTube channel is a great way to support us. Okay, all right, so now we're going to move into our 3rd round. Let's reset our scores here. Okay, now let's start with let's start with you, Bubble. All right, how about this? Let's see. Now, I was trying to explain to my friends, Melvin, Buster, and Fang here, all right, back at the surface about different kinds of foods and stuff like that, right? So I was trying to describe what an orange was like, and they just thought it was ridiculous. And I was wondering, maybe you can help me out by explaining in terms they'll understand, so in a way a shark could grasp, what's an orange like? Explain an orange.
Okay, if I were to describe an orange, it would be a little bit of a bitter sour sweet. At first, when you bite on it, it's sweet, but then afterwards, it tastes a little sour, but in a good way.
There you go. Okay.
It tastes good to
that's
others, it tastes
good.
bad to others. So I call it a sour sweet.
A sour sweet. All right, now Edmund, let me ask you. All right, what do you think here? How would you explain an orange to a shark?
I would say eating an orange would be like, it's tangy, and it kind of tastes like it's as if you're tasting a shrimp, I guess. It's similar color, different texture, but kind of similar as eating a shrimp. Very kind of sweet, kind of delicious, and juicy as well. Very juicy.
That's pretty.
Like,
That's
very-
pretty well thought out, everybody. I like that. All right. Now, how about you, Dylan? Explain an orange to my friends.
It is a orange sphere that when you unwrap it, you can eat it, and it tastes good.
Okay, there you go. All right, so what we're going to do, actually, you know what? At this point, right, what I'd like to do is I'd like to take a moment with each of you. So, like, let's see here. Bubble, if you could, please. Oh, I can't get through here. Look at that. Oh, it's crowded up here. Oh, my goodness. All right, Bubble, let me ask you, if you could, explain to our audience why you deserve to live more than the other two.
Well, if I had to say, it'll be nice to win something, because I never
Oh.
really had a chance to win anything. Like,
Look at that, everybody. All right, so Bubbles never won anything, right? And it would just be nice to
I never
win.
really had,
Okay.
I never really had that chance to feel special.
Yeah, see,
This is
Bubble
an
wants to
exciting
feel
moment
special.
for me.
So if you want to make Bubble feel special, vote for Bubble. All right, Edmund, how about you? Why do you deserve to live more than Bubble? You know, or,
Well, I think
or
everyone
more than
deserves those,
or more
but-
than Dylan.
Well,
Yeah, no, I jumped
well,
on
I think
purpose.
I
I
can-
jumped backwards.
well, I think I can bring more entertainment and in the next round, and
More entertainment in the
interesting
next
answers.
round. Well, this might be our final round, actually.
Oh,
You
is
know,
it? Okay.
So that's not good. You know, unless depending on the voting, everybody. All right, well, let's see. How about you, Dylan? Why do you deserve to live more than these other two?
I feel like, it would be pretty cool and stuff if I actually won, because I kind of feel the same as, Bubbles, but, yeah, and I feel like I would, make people laugh, so.
Okay, all right, cool. All right, so
Vote Bubble.
we're gonna work on that, and we'll see how that goes. All right, so now look, the scores are going nuts here, but it's not looking really definitive yet. So I want you guys to just really take a moment to really, consider this. All right, really, I mean, just put some thought into those answers, and really,
Let's go,
vote with
Bubble.
your heart, people. Just,
on,
reach out and just vote for which one you like the best. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna lock our voting in 3, in 2, in 1. All right, the voting is now closed. Let's see how we did. Oh, Dylan. Let me ask you something, Dylan. All right, is there anybody we should contact considering what's about to happen?
Oh no!
No.
No? Dylan, does anybody know where you are right now?
Ooh.
No.
Even better. Okay, everybody, look. All right, now, Dylan, you've been a great volunteer. So listen, I'm going to give you some help here. All right, we're told that this process is a lot easier if you scream on your way out. All right. So we're gonna introduce you to my friend Fang. You give us a good scream. Here we go. You're meeting Fang. There we go. All right. Now everybody, look. This should have happened earlier, but it's time we had a talk. All right. We need to have a discussion. All right. That thing you just saw. When we first came out with this event, we were very, the admins were very concerned. We were very proud of what we were doing here, but the admins were like, they were horrified. All right. And I found out why. It's because of what you just saw. Right. And I have to tell you that what you just saw isn't what you think it is. There are certain users, and also, listen, most avatars are delicious, okay? But there are some, like Edmund, that have these green name tags, right? And it gives them like kind of a nasty, minty aftertaste that my friends don't like. All right, so we have to add in that seasoning to make it better. And that's all that is. If you guys think that looks like something else, well, that says more about you than it does us, right? And if you're back at the campfire and you're talking about what a nice time you had at Shark Time, I want you to remember something. If you're describing what you just saw when you're talking about it, right, you just remember, that's just seasoning. That's all that is. That's all that's ever going to be,
seasoning.
okay? So that's just seasoning. Everybody got that? We're good?
Just whipped cream on the pumpkin pie. It's just
There you go. Now
seasoning.
listen, I'm glad we can have this talk. I feel better. You guys feel better? Yeah, we all feel better about it. Okay, all right, good. I'm glad. All right. Well, we have 2 remaining contestants here, so we're going to move into what we call our sudden death round. Okay, and my friends kind of hope it's very sudden. Yeah, it's called sudden death. It's just a name. Don't even worry about it. All right. So now let's start out with you, Edmund.
What are we
All right.
supposed to do?
Now,
Okay.
you may not know this because it's our first time at the show, but Melvin is wildly popular. All right, Melvin gets a lot of attention. People scream out the name at the beginning of the show. They're like, Melvin is the best. They yell out for Melvin. All right, but we got Melvin,
cool.
Buster, and Fang. All right, so we want to know which one is your favorite and why. But I want you to answer carefully because my friends are very hungry. All right, let's reset the scores here. I think I already did that, but I think you guys are already voting. All right, there we go. Let's
Which
give you a
shark
fresh
is my
start. Though.
favorite?
Yeah, which one? Melvin, Buster, or Fang?
Oh, I like Buster Well, he's very
Yeah.
cute. It reminds me of Arthur, the Arthur's bunny.
All right,
friend
wait. I have to ask you, Edmund. Does this have anything to do with the fact that you're suspended over Buster right now? I mean, that's like your honest answer, right?
Well, I am suspended underneath is Buster, right?
That's right. Yeah, he's smiling right
Okay,
now.
well, actually,
He likes where
really?
this is going.
Well, I like Buster because if I do get eaten, I know he's not gonna eat me. He's gonna treat me as a pet. Because some sharks, or some predators, they like to like play with their prey. Or if they don't actually eat them, they actually just play around with them because they like them so much. So
I don't know. Buster's looking pretty hungry. Everybody, right? Buster's looking pretty hungry. Everybody see the way he's looking? You can't see this right now, Edmund, but he's shaking. He's like visibly shaking. He's so excited. All right, now Bubba, let me ask you. Bubba, let me ask you, which of our sharks here, Melvin, Buster, or Fang, do you like the best?
I kind of like Melvin.
Yeah. And this has anything to do with the fact that you're over Melvin at all?
Oh, I'm over Melvin? I didn't know that.
Yeah, you are. You just so happen to be right above Melvin at this very moment. He's directly beneath you.
I like Melvin because he seems like a nice shark.
Nice to meet you.
And plus,
Yeah, okay.
and also, I actually met a shark. I met a shark in real life that was also named Melvin.
Oh, wow. Oh, what a coincidence.
Yes,
Okay, everybody. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to lock in our votes now. All right, so let's see here. We're going to play a little bit of that theme music going on here. And I want everybody to take a moment to think about your favorite contestant. All right, so go ahead and vote for your contestant by clicking on their nameplate. And we're going to close our votes in 3, in 2, in 1. All right, now let's see how we did here. We're going to lock in those votes. And the voting is now closed. Let's see how we did. Oh, wow. Edmund, let me ask you, you got any plans later, Edmund?
No, I'm dead.
Oh, good, because you're not going to be able to make them anyway. All right, well, listen, it helps a lot. It helps a lot if you scream on the way out. All right, so as you meet Buster, give us a good scream. Here we go. Right now, and see you on the way out there. There we go. All right, everybody remember, what is that you just saw? What was that, everybody? Seasoning! And this other guy said he didn't see nothing. Even better. Even better. You didn't see anything, Dylan? All right, that's awesome. Oh, wow, Dylan, there's still some left of you. That's good. Excellent. All right, so here we go. Let's see here. Now, Bubbles, it looks like you're a winner. So what we're going to do is we're going to take down this glass enclosure here. And why don't you come down and join me? We're going to get a picture of you with your prize. So come stand by this mug that apparently disappeared. But yeah, we're going to stand by this mug here. All right, and face me. Now, our audience can help us out. Oh, somebody's pushing the button. There you go. Okay, that's funny. All right, there we go. Stand by this mug right here and look at me. All right, and as you look at me, I want everybody in the audience to start throwing up all the emojis here, okay? Apparently, you may or may not come out with the mug because somebody's messing around. All right, there you go. Say shark time.
Shark time!
All right, we got you looking away. So how about you look at me again? Everybody keep those emojis coming, okay? You're going to keep those emojis coming. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Shark time!
Shark time!
Oh, perfect. That came out great. Thank you, everybody, for all those emojis. That's great. All right, listen, at the end of our events, what we do is we take everybody flying at the Ravenhall Flight Academy. And you're all welcome to join us, or you can hang out here if you want. I'll be taking the stage blockers off here so you guys can come up if you want to. All right, and we're going to open up a portal out in the back there. You're going to see out in the lobby area, there's our airlock. So we're going to have a portal appear there. Go in the Ravenhall Flight Academy where we'll teach you how to fly if you haven't yet learned. Take your questions, your comments, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to extend these bridges here. All right, now listen, everybody. If you had a good time today, come check us out next time. We're going to be on again this Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. You can find us in your event calendar in your main menu. I've got some frowns going on. You're not having a good time? Joy, you're not having a good time? No, you're not? You are having a good time. All right, well, there you go. All right, thanks for coming, everybody, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you.